talk to you quickly about my life. But before I do that, I like a little analogy that I'm gonna have you guys do this with me. Hold up 2 fingers, please, and say this with me. Everybody say first half, second half. A little bit more energy. First half, second half. Hands down, please. So I was in one of the biggest games of the year. There was 90,000 people in the stands. We were on TV in front of millions. We came down to the edge of the tunnel. The crowd was shaking the stadium. It was vibrating. The cameras were in our face. First series of the game, QB came out. Blue 88, 24. Oh, that ball snaps. My man drops back and he starts to fire away on us. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Up and down the field they go. But what had happened was all week long, the ESPN experts had said we were going to lose because we had 3 losses and they were undefeated. And some of you came to school feeling like you got 3 losses, 4 losses, 5 losses. You feel like something's happened in your family, your parents got divorced, people laugh at you, or maybe I'm this and that. But I'm going to tell you what happened. We came back into the locker room, and after the crowd had booed us, after the first half, we had 0, got blown out. Boo! And then I was in Miami, and a girl, she started crying when I was talking to her. And I said, why are you crying like that? She said, you asked me about my dad. And I said, what do you mean? She says, my dad, he doesn't call, he don't write, he don't visit. And she said, he treats me like I'm not even his daughter. Boo, you ain't mine. Some of you know that situation. I had one other kid, their parents got divorced. Dad moved away, and she was daddy's little girl. But now daddy got a whole new family and don't even call her no more. But I looked the young lady in the eye and I said, don't let what your daddy did steal your dream. I said, because you didn't come from your daddy, you only came through your daddy. You came from God. You are valuable. And I said to her, everybody say second half. So as you can tell in the game, what happened, we went in at halftime and came out with a new game plan. Everybody say new game plan. New game plan. Everybody say second half. And we stepped back out on that field and began to come back. In the last minutes of the game, on the corner of the sideline, my homeboy Eric made the most phenomenal catch. Boom. And we didn't win the game the first half. We won that game the second half. So for my 8th graders here today, I'm going to ask you for a new game plan. Second half. Some of you here today have had a bad first half. Maybe school didn't go like you wanted to. I don't know what's up with your mom, your dad. Maybe you got a great home, but people at school keep trying to wound you, but you fighting for your dream. You know, simply what happened with me was my father never came to one game. My father chose drugs over me. And then after my father chose drugs, my father ended up committing suicide when I was 4 years old. They found my father's body in a hotel room with a little letter written out to me. I was 4 years old. But he had some real cool friends in 8th grade that wanted him to drink with him. Come on, man, let's be cool. But they never looked him in the eyes and told him the truth. There's a high cost for low living. When my father committed suicide, my mama began to drink and drink and drink. My mom became an alcoholic. When she became an alcoholic, she got lonely. And she started dating another guy. She got this one boyfriend that she let move in with us. He lived with us for 6 years. But he was a real big man with a real big fist. And he brutally beat my mom. He hit me so hard, the side of the head I couldn't hear. So I would be in the 7th grade in the corner of the room, just sitting there and not doing my work, and nobody knew why. Because I was dealing with some pain. And I remember trying to do my tests, do my work, but I was put in a special class. You know, in 8th grade, people can be real cruel at you. And so I couldn't read well. I was in the remedial class, so they would say, he got to go to the dumb people class. I wasn't dumb. I had so many emotional issues. And so I was sitting in class and I was trying to read and I heard this sound. And then I was doing the work and I heard it again. When I finally looked behind me, I realized everybody else in the class was they would just do their work and go to the next page and to the next page. But I was still on the first page. And with tears running down my face, I just slammed the book and said, I'm finished. But I'm so glad I had a teacher who looked me in the eyes and said, Keith, don't quit. Everybody say, don't quit. Don't quit. He said, you don't have to be great to get started. You just got to get started to be great.